Okay. My dogs are like on me. They will not leave me alone this morning. It's like if I had hit go live 30 seconds ago, you would have heard me going, "Get away from me!" Because the dogs were just like on my feet. I swear they tried to trip me like 5 times. It was crazy. It's like, go away, just go away, go find your own life someplace else outside of underneath my toes. Jeez. Why do we have animals? Seriously. Oh, hey Addison. Oh, people are popping on. Oh, goodness, I thought I was talking to myself. Not really. Morning, Lance. Morning, Addison, Dennis. Oh, yeah, isn't this cute? I was just getting ready. I thought I'm going to do conscious coffee because I have had such a productive morning already, and which is where I came up with the title for this, because I was laying in bed and I was working, and I thought, I should go and I should do this, right? And my to-do list kind of kicked into my head, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's such a beautiful morning, and you don't normally do this. I mean, yeah, I have my to-do list, but here's the thing. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling good, right? I had this like 24-hour bug thing, and it dissipated midday, which was good because I had technical work to do yesterday afternoon. And then my house, most of my kids were gone, except for my 13-year-old son. So him and I chose to go out on a date last night. So we had a date over to Cheesecake Factory, which is he loves going to Cheesecake Factory. So we went over to Cheesecake Factory and had a mom and son date and just goofed around and had fun. And then we came back and we watched Daredevil, and we just did like this, massive run on Daredevil. And there I sat getting out all my promotions for the week and all my newsletter stuff, which I hadn't had time to do the last couple days and just not feeling good. I certainly wasn't going to do any of my newsletter stuff or putting things together for promotional pieces when I was feeling so So finally last night I was like, okay, let's watch Daredevil. Like we go out, we have a date, let's go watch Daredevil. We'll just hang out on the couch, watch Daredevil, chill, relax, and I'll just do my promotions. But with that came that I did not get my to-do list done. That I normally do a to-do list in the evening so that I know I can just kind of put everything to rest for the next day, so I get it all written down the night before. It just helps me wake up with less stress. Because the last thing we want to do is just wake up and have that like boom, 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 boom. And sure enough, I woke up this morning and I'm laying there and my mind is just going through the things that I need to get accomplished today and all this different stuff. And I was like, girl, you should have just done that list last night. Like, that is fundamental success mindset stuff that I learned eons ago in my 20s in actual sales, is to do just that right there. To create that to-do list the night before so that you don't wake up in this energy of, like a rush. Because here's the thing, like my conscious coffee is talking about, like my title, I was sitting there making my coffee and I'm going, okay, I'm going to go do conscious coffee. I'm like, what do I need to talk about today? Like, what's coming up for me? And I just realized that rush that I started my day in really didn't even have to be there, right? And I was looking at all the different things and the things that I hear from people all the time, and I know that I get caught in this rut consistently, and that is that feeling that I have to work harder, I have to do more, I have to, like it's always rush, which just makes it where you feel overwhelmed, because there's never enough time in the day to do everything that we have on our to-do list, right? So if there's never enough time in the day to do everything that you have to do on your to-do list, you might as well just get it off of your mind that you have to get it all done anyway, right? And then what do? We overthink everything. We get to this point where we're just thinking this through, and I know that I am really, really bad at this. And that is just like looking at every possible way for things to potentially work out, and then trying to figure out what the best solution is, or the one with the most ease, instead of just doing what we should be doing, which is just leaning into what feels good, right? Leaning into what feels good. Now, I was talking to somebody yesterday and like, what feels good is to, eat this kind of food and to just, kind of chill, kick back, eat, drink, be merry, that whole mindset. And I'm like, yeah, that feels good. And like last night I had this exceptional whiskey cocktail. Last night I was just like, let's see if I can hold some whiskey down. So I had this whiskey ginger cocktail at Cheesecake Factory. It was really, really good. I like kind of like a more of what I call a guy's drink, not so sweet. And I was like, that just, it was just kind of like really nice at the end of the day to have this cocktail and then to go and to lounge on the couch and to chill and watch Daredevil with my son, because it's our thing, right? We have a couple things, and that's like, he was just begging for that. So there we sat all snuggled up watching Daredevil for a couple hours, actually. Probably got like 3-4 episodes in. And it is nice to do that, but if you're doing just that, then that's not really in soul alignment. That's not really soul purpose coming through. Soul purpose does have direction to it. It does have energy to it, more than just chill, relax, and, just it'll be, will be. Whatever will be, will be. No, whatever will be is great. Chilling is great. Relaxation is great. But there is this in-between ground where you feel peace, where you feel joy, where you just feel good. You feel turned on because you're doing what your soul wants you to do. And there is also action there. There is an enthusiastic response to life there. And when we have that enthusiastic response, I always come back to like Christmas morning, right? A child on Christmas morning. And, if you picture that little kid on Christmas morning coming down the stairs and they're like, oh my God, did Santa come? And they're so excited, right? They're so excited that Santa came and that there's potentially presents there and that all their desires got met, that, Santa brought everything that their hearts desired, right? What is that? That's enthusiasm. That's excitement. That's anticipation. That's expectation. There's joy. There's wonder. There's magic in it. And it is that feeling that we look for when we want to get into soul alignment. So and you know what? You're not going to find that you're just seriously not going to find that if you're consistently just laying on the couch, watching Daredevil, kicking back, chilling. It's going to be nice, but what it is that it's not going to really activate you. It's not going to take you to that next level of manifestation, of really getting done your soul's work. And I don't really like to use work as the word, but we all understand what that means. Because work kind of is what? You're like, oh, I got to go to work. I probably work more than what the majority of people do. And I don't say that in a bragging sense, although that's not bad in itself. But I do. I work almost all the time. And anybody who is around me would go, yeah, she's always got her computer open. She's always doing things on, like writing. I'll take notes on like ideas that pop into my head around blog posts, around workshop ideas, just different quotes that might come up. I'm constantly writing stuff down and moving forward in that energy, because my soul is always going, hey, that was really good. That felt really good. That was turned on. That was ignited. That was this. That was da, 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 da. So I'm always making notes to keep that energy going so that I can consistently show up with my soul's work to anybody who wants to hear about it, anybody who wants to be touched by it, anybody that is in alignment to me will come in. And what do I hear? I hear often, oh my gosh, that message that you talked about on Conscious Coffee today, that really hit the spot. How you're so, I can't believe, like I opened up my Facebook and there you were, and boom, you were talking about exactly what I'm going through. This is just, amazing. It's like 3 days in a row, blah, blah. Well, the reason why I'm able to hit so many people consistently is because I'm just tapping into what's going on, like right here, okay? So here's the thing. We overthink everything, right? We try to get it right. And that's what overthinking is about, that we're wanting to get it right. Take the get it right off your list. It's just like, the only way to get it truly right is to access what really feels in alignment to you. And what feels in alignment to you is going to feel good to you. It's going to feel turned on to you. Yesterday afternoon, I was talking about just that. I was talking about turn on Conscious Coffee. So like if you scroll down through my videos, you're going to find yesterday, I don't remember what yesterday's, it was like something like take 2, because the day before my internet was all messed up. So I did a take 2 yesterday on the day before's topic, plus talking about the juiciness in life. Well, a little bit more about the juiciness in life is that that's how you know if you are not overthinking it, if it is just something that is coming from your soul. Because if it's coming from your soul, you're going to feel juicy about it. It's going to be like you just met the best effing lover of your life, right? Like you are really turned on to that. You've got to get across the room to that person because they are just drawing you in. And that is what our soul alignment anything is. That expression that soul wants to have, whether it is the words that's coming out of your mouth, the words that's coming out of your fingertips, how you're just showing up with somebody in a relationship, your compassion, your joy, your love, your desires, how you're being led maybe to this job versus this job because you're making a job change. You look at different houses. Maybe you're purchasing a house. What? Oh, well, this house, yeah, this is more in my budget. This is more this, but this one is just like, oh, it just gets you, right? Like that person across the room that you're just like, man, I want to meet that person. I want to meet that person right there. There's just something there. You're getting that draw to it. You're being pulled in, sucked in, because your energy is going, that is hot. That is a turn on. Well, if that is hot and that is a turn on, that's your soul going, go that way. Go that way, because that is igniting to you. Who wants to, the question is, if you see somebody that's ignited, somebody that's turned on, somebody that's excited, somebody that's really like embodied themselves, confident in who they are, know what they want, that is speaking and walking from that place that I'm speaking of right now, if you see a person like that, are you more likely to be magnetized to that kind of person or to that kind of thing that does that to you? Or are you more likely to be magnetized to the thing that makes you feel blah? Or the person that makes you go, yeah, but, their resume is pretty good. Yeah, well, but that house is $10,000 less, and that's more, that's more logical. And I should do this because da-da-da-da-da. And I'm not telling you to go into massive debt or anything, or to, just to lean in on stuff that just because you're like, ooh, that's hot. No. You have to tap into not answering calls that come in during conscious coffee. So it's just happened there. But you have to tap into that feeling inside of yourself. And then you have to ask yourself, is this like, how do I really truly feel about it? What is this? Is this really truly excitement? Like, take a few minutes. And one of the things that I tell people repeatedly that I'm working with my clients is that I want them to just, when they get into these moments of either overthinking it or they get really excited and turned on, and then all the doubt, the fear, the overthinking patterns start to come in, to just time themselves out. Like, hit the pause button is what I call it. I'm like, hit that pause button. Imagine the easy button from Staples. You hit that thing, you hit the pause, you slow the fuck down, and you go, okay, let me just take a moment. How do I really truly feel? Like, what is coming out? Where are the negative thoughts coming from? Where is this like really coming in? Is this a desire that I need to move towards? Or is this a desire that I need to move towards with other action steps prior to actually achieving it? So basically, if you're making $30,000 a year, you're probably not going to buy $1 million house, right? So it's like you have to have some goals, but you might be turned on to that $1 million house, and now you go, okay, now that is a desire of mine. So what are the steps that I need to do to get there, correct? It's just like in relationship, and I always come back to relationship because everything is about relationship. But if we look at relationships, we tend to have this list. I always talk about my list of 50, 75 sometimes, depends on the day, depends on my mood, of my ideal guy, right? Like, so here is my list of 50 characteristic qualities that this ideal man has that I want to draw into my life, that I want to share, that I want my life with, right? So if there's these 50 qualities, guess what? I have to exhibit those 50 qualities or very damn close to those 50 qualities in order to match that energy that he is going to have so that I draw it into my life. Because otherwise, I'm going to match this quality, I'm going to match this quality. So however many qualities I am strong in is what I'm going to start to pull into my life in other relationships, not just in a masculine relationship coming into my life, but in my girlfriends, but in my clients, in the people that are coming in. Pay attention to what the universe, what the world is bringing to you. Instead of getting frustrated with what is coming to you, because that's what we tend to do, right? We get frustrated with what is coming to us. And we're like, why is this always showing up in my life? Why is this always happening? Why do I always date the same people? Why do I always have the same people walking through my door? Why do they always come in with the same blah, 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 right? And notice that there's frustration, there's anxiety, there's bitterness, there's just like, around that. Oh, why is this happening? Well, the why is right here. The why is right here inside of you. If you are getting met with the same responses, there's a couple different things going on. And the biggest thing is that you're vibrating at that level, and what you're meeting is the things that you are feeling and thinking about the most, and that can be the things that you are fearful the most of. Okay? So if you're really fearful of, well, I'll just use an example from my life. That way, I'm not throwing anybody underneath the bus. Well, not really. I'm probably going to throw somebody underneath the bus. I typically do. So, often in my world, a lot of people think that and actually Addison would just the other day, Addison and I were talking about this, and she said, you know, it makes me laugh what people think your life is like and what is really going on in your world versus the truth, right? And she's a pretty intimate party in my life. I mean, best friend and everything. So she knows my family. She knows my home life situation. She knows my business life situation. She knows all the activity that I consistently have going on and what my schedule looks like as well. So she's my right-hand woman. So she's consistent. She really knows what's going on. But I have this whole thing where it's like consistently people will think that certain things are happening in my world that are not really truly happening because of the perception that they have going on. Now, here's the thing. We all do this. We believe that somebody is or something is going on according to our perception. And perception is reality in one aspect, and here's why it is reality in this aspect. Perception is your reality because it is how you are perceiving it, according to your blocks, according to your hangups, according to your trauma, your drama, the things that you are thinking and feeling consistently, the things that you are refusing to look at and move through, creates your perception of life, creates your perception of other people's lives, creates your perception of everything that's going on. Therefore, it is your reality. That does not mean that it is on the other side's reality, okay? So you can, much like this little scenario here that I was sharing about, like people sometimes think some things, like they think that, I don't know, I guess, I don't even, it's so hard for me because I'm like, I'm such, you know, like active with my kids and active here and focused on business and everything. But I know that a lot of people will kind of believe that I have a whole bunch of like sexual activity going on and stuff, when I really don't. I am actually very, very, you know, just small circle focus around individuals that I really truly care about and have that little circle going on. And sometimes like no sex at all. Like, oh my God, yeah, can you believe that? Kendall with no sex. But I've done it. Not that long, but I've done it. I don't know why. That's a whole nother topic. But squirrel moment, as I call it, right? Back to the point, is that perception, because of my energy, because of the things that I teach on, because of my education, because of the life that I've explored and had in the past, there's this perception out there, right? So that perception keeps cycling around me. And here's the other piece to the perception is your reality. As the perception is our reality, and we get hit with the things from our past, much like the story that I'm sharing with you there, is because that energy is still within our sphere. We're still sending it out. So there's this piece of us that is kind of like dancing in that energy, and we have what? A fear of that perception, because we're maybe trying to change, or maybe our life has changed, or, you know, situations, and it takes time and momentum for that change to actually occur and for it to catch up to us. Now, it's still not going to solve everybody's perception out there of us. And it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we don't really care if you shouldn't care if what somebody else's perception is, because their perception is not your reality. Okay, so perception is reality because it is what we perceive, what we think. It is affected by our thoughts, our feelings, our past, the experiences that we've had, all this different stuff, and that is what we're putting out to the world and what we're seeing and what we're actually experiencing because we focus in on those pieces. So it's like we are a detective and we're looking just for those pieces, right? So we are unconsciously looking for whatever that is. Sometimes it is consciously, sometimes it is unconsciously. The majority of the time is unconscious. We start looking for those things. Now, perception is not your reality because our lives consistently change. We're consistently moving around and changing and transforming and growing and expanding and developing and learning. So no matter what somebody else's perception is of us, the only thing that we can ever control is what is going on in here, and their perception does not have to be our reality. But what often happens, and here's where we kind of crash and burn in the manifestation game, is that we allow other people's perceptions to become our reality because we sit around and we do what? We overthink the scenario of what is going on through that person's mind, what they're feeling about us. We're taking responsibility for their feelings, their perceptions, their this, their that. And at the end of the day, the only thing that we can ever truly be responsible for is us, for just what's going on right in here. We cannot be responsible for what anybody else is thinking or perceiving of us. We can kind of go, okay, I see they're thinking this, they're perceiving that, they're feeling this way. We can try to look at ourselves and say, okay, how am I showing up that's causing this? And then no matter what you come up with, just come back to truth, come back to integrity, come back to who you are, and keep presenting that, keep offering that. Offer your authentic self, that soul expression, and just kind of let that ripple out. And soon enough, the perception will fade. And if it doesn't fade for certain people, then it doesn't fade for certain people. Because you know what? The people that are in your life today, the majority of them are not going to be in your life 5 years from now, 10 years from now, okay? Because as we grow, as we expand, as our vibration changes, well, the majority of people will choose to not grow quite as fast. Some will actually shrink. Some will just remain right there in the same vibration that they're in currently. And their life will just never shift, never change. But if you are a forward-moving person and you are focused on increasing your vibration and really transforming your life into something that is something from your soul, something that you really desire, that more taste in your life, and you're moving forward, then guess what? Your vibration is going to consistently do this. And with it, there's just going to be a trickle down of people in your life. So you cannot get overly caught up in everybody else's emotions, their perceptions, their thoughts, even their actions towards you, and take it too personally. Just realize that a lot of it, like 98, 99% of whatever is coming at you when the people are saying, I see you this way, or you're making me feel this way, or you're making me fear this, or when those finger pointing comes at you, that's all their shit for the most part. You take it with a grain of sand, you look at it and you go, how am I possibly contributing to this? What is the lesson that I need to get from what is being stated to me? Because obviously there is something that I am triggering there for that other person or those other parties, right? Especially when it's coming at you multiple times. So you look at that, you analyze it about this much, about that much. Don't overthink it, right? Go, okay, I see that. Start to be more aware of what is going on in your body, conscious of what is going on in your expression and how you're talking and how you're showing up and how you're connecting, your presence level, all of that stuff. Don't overthink everything. Don't overthink it, because that's going to bring you down to what? Creating their perception as your reality. We don't want that, because the majority of people's perception of us is crap. It is just absolute total crap. So don't allow their perception to be your reality. Realize that your perception of what is going on is coming actually from the inside of you, has really not a whole lot going on with the outside of you, okay? This is the two sides to the same coin here. And I don't even remember what the other part of my topic was here. That's hilarious. So I guess it's not important, right? I did want to share with you, because part of it was, as I was laying in bed and I was thinking about different things, and I was overthinking a couple of different things, like why didn't I do my to-do list last night, which is a small itty-bitty thing to think about. Hey, Lance. And John, Ryan, Aaron, hey, Tom. And Candace, love. Thank you, guys. See all you on here. I don't want to scroll too far because my phone will act up. But as I was laying there, I was going, what is it? What's some of the practices that I could share potentially with people to kind of give that idea of like, what do I do to keep myself in the right mindset? And I can tell you that if you were to look at my schedule in the morning, I typically spend anywhere from 2 to 3 hours in the morning just focused on me. Just focus on me. Like, I am the center of my universe and I am focused on me. Hold on. Sometimes they can see something that you can't see that's a problem in your life. So it's good to see their point of view too, right? Absolutely. And a question is, but sometimes they can see something that you can't see that's a problem in your life. So it's good to see their point of view too, right? And yes, it is good to see their viewpoint, but here's the thing, you can't take it too much to heart, because if you start owning their viewpoint, especially if it is a negative viewpoint, you're going to anchor down that negative energy vibration into your vibration. And if maybe it's just a piece of it that's on point with you, and maybe a lot of it is them just pointing all their shit at you. So they're like feeding, because why do they see what is coming up in you so clearly? And well, the majority of the time, the reason why we see things so clearly in other people is because we ourselves have it somewhere in us, okay? So we can point it out in other people pretty damn quick, okay? So if you look at that, you go, okay, what do I need to get from this? Accept it, look at it, but don't own it too much. Do not own it too much. I mean, unless you are like completely just living a life of total lies and you're just lying about everything and it's just lie, 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 lie. And then all of a sudden, somebody's like, man, you lie all the time. All right, maybe you need to own the fact that you've got a problem with lying and it's time to get truthful, okay? It's time to be truthful with self. Well, that would be the point that you want to take from that, is that you want to take that you want to be truthful from self. Now, you just let go of everything else that they're saying, because a lot of it is just rubbish. A lot of it is just trying to hold you down to where you're at, and you do not want to anchor somebody else's perception, low vibrational energy, into your vibration at all. You want to just take the little piece that really goes, boom, all right, I get that. Whoa, that hit me. That hit me. Baseball bat, as I call it. So when you get hit with that baseball bat from something or someone, you go, okay, all right, I see where I need to do that work right there. Take it and then go and elevate your energy. Find something that makes you feel good. Notice that now, okay, so here's what is coming to me. This is that. How can I shift it? Well, remember that you're always working with two sides of the same coin, okay? Always. Much like that perception that I was talking about, their perception versus perception is reality, perception is not reality. So both are true. Both are true. Both are accurate. You have to live from both sides of the coin. Well, in this piece right here, what you want to do is, if somebody presents to you something that is a problem, right? All that is that's an opportunity to bring awareness to something that is not allowing you to create the life that you want to create. So you're focusing on one side of the coin, and you just have to shift and look at the other side of the coin. So you slowly move over and realize that it is all about, and you're going to love this one, it's all about magnetism, right? So you just want to shift your magnet over like that, but it takes time to shift your magnet. So if you are vibrating here, then you're going to probably be repelling a lot of different things, and that could be a problem in your life. And if you're repelling that stuff, then what you need to do is you need to look at it and go, how can I actually magnetize this to me? Well, if you want to magnetize something to you, that means that you have to have clarity around what you want. When people bring us something that they're like, hey, this is your problem, that should just bring you clarity as to, okay, well, I don't want that, so I'm not going to focus in on it, because if I focus in on it, what's going to happen? I'm going to grow the problem and make it bigger. So I'm going to take my magnet and I'm going to really push everything out, because I'm really going to focus in on the problem. And I'm not saying ignore the problem, right? But what I am saying is that let's take alcoholism as a little point of reference here. If you, and I used to be married to an alcoholic, so here's the gig on that. If you have an issue with alcohol or something, then, if you're an alcoholic, do you go and you set yourself in the middle of a bar? Do you go out with your drinking buddies and drink every Friday and Saturday night? Or do you just take the problem and not put the focus on it. You don't put yourself in the middle of the problem. So you don't put all the focus on it. Because if you go, I am an alcoholic, I'm going to go and I'm going to sit at the bar and I'm going to push through this. I'm going to make myself stronger. I'm going to be around all this stuff and I'm going to really make it happen. Now, some people can do that after a while, but if you are on the front side of it, guess what? If you're sitting there and you're focusing, all of a sudden, all you're thinking about is what you don't have, what you can't enjoy anymore, what you got out of it and what you're not getting any longer. You're in the wrong energy. You're now down here going, oh, but I had to give this up and now I feel like my life is just, less than. Bullshit. It's not less than. It is more, because now you have cleared space to pull in good stuff. Okay? So as that alcoholic, what should that alcoholic do? Actually, probably should go and find something really amazing to go do with their life. Maybe take up dance lessons. Maybe start as some self-improvement. Go to Toastmasters or something. Like, go do something that is improving of self instead of something where they can expand and grow, kind of push their boundaries, get that excitement, make new connections, make positive connections instead of sitting themselves down into this focus point of what the problem is. Because when we focus on the problem grows. Another point of that would be like, have you ever seen, like, we have a war on drugs, right? We got a war on drugs. We got a war on terrorism. We got a war. We are a warring society. And when we war, what happens with the war? What happens? Oh, here's one. And because since it's in the sexual realm and I'm supposed to be all about the sex, all about the manifestation, all about the energy, but a war on teenage pregnancy, right? So this war on teenage pregnancy started back in the 50s, right? When things were shut down and all of a sudden there was this war. And then what did they do? They made abortions illegal. And what happened? As soon as abortions got illegal, more women went and had abortions. They were like really, back alley abortions. Women were dying. People were getting hurt. And it just grew. It expanded because that was taken away, because there was a war on what was thought to not be right. We put a war on teenage pregnancy. What happens? All of a sudden teenage pregnancy goes up because now it has been, the focus is on that is bad. We're trying to shut it down, and the focus is on doing this, and what we actually do with that is we expand it out, right? So we get into this war on drugs. What happens? All of a sudden we got more drug cartels going. We got more drugs coming into the nation. We got more drug issues all over the place. More children dying from drug overdose. More of this, more, right? Go back to prohibition. Take the alcohol away. What happened there? Right? Anytime we say this is a problem and we put the emphasis on the problem and we really truly look at it, we expand that problem out and make it a focus point, and it grows. We give it power. We give it strength. So if somebody brings you a problem, you go, thank you very much. I see that. Now I'm going to shift my magnet and I'm going to not focus on the side that is the problem. I'm going to say, I see that. So now I know that this is where I'm vibrating and this is how I'm showing up. So it is my choice to change my vibration. It is my choice to change my vibration. How? Through the thoughts I'm thinking, through the things that I'm feeling, through how I'm showing up, right? And I show up by the thoughts I'm thinking and the feelings that I'm having. So I just shift it. I change that. I change my focus from here to here. Stop focusing in on what I don't have, on this, on that, all this crap over here, and change my focus to the things that I do have. Where's my abundance? Where's my joy? How am I feeling loved? What turns me on? What excites me? Oh, look at this that I'm doing. Oh, look at this fantastic person that I met. Oh, wow, look at this promotion that I got. Oh, look at this new shirt that I got. It's not a new shirt, but look at this. Like all that kind of stuff. Look at the little things. Look at the big things. Pay attention to things that really, truly matter. Because the more you focus in on that good stuff, guess what? If your focus is on that good stuff, then that good stuff is going to expand instead of the problem. Instead of on the problem. Okay? Yeah. There's a bug in my coffee, and my coffee is cold. Sad, sad, sad. I hope that answers. I know I went off on like a whatever there. Rant, tangent, whatever. It's on point, though. It is. So thank you for bringing that point up. Thank you. But, no. And I don't remember what the other part of, I still don't remember. If somebody wants to tell me, because I can't see it, because it's not easy for me to access what the heck the other part of this conscious coffee was supposed to be. And I don't even think that it matters. I think this was more about perception and just I'm just leaning in because I can do another conscious coffee on kind of some of those things that I do on a day-to-day basis. I'll just briefly run through, because this morning I really did have a really great morning. It was about like, oh, I think it's overworking, huh? That's what it is. See, it came to me that we're overthinking and we're overworking. That's what it is. So, and doesn't it feel like it's a lot of work when we're really focused in on the problem and we're focused in on other people's perceptions and problems with us and this and that, and we're just really trying to, live for somebody else's view of us, live for their perception of us, live for how we make them feel when we don't make them feel anyway. I always say, I'm not going to make you feel anyway, unless the only thing you can blame me for is if I pick up a baseball bat and I hit you with it, now I made you feel pain. Okay, now I made you feel pain. That was physical pain that you just felt because I whacked you with something. Okay, yes, that is more I made you feel pain. But if I say something and it hurts your feelings, and I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, because my feelings get hurt. My feelings get hurt a lot. But I take responsibility for my feelings. And I go, whoa. And I am very quick to say, I know that I'm an ego here. I know that this is my crap coming up here. I know that just triggered me. I know this, I know that, because it's a recognition of, whoa, that triggered something inside of me. That was not that person's intent to do that. And even if it was that person's intent to do that, that's none of my business. Because if they're trying to hurt me, then that's their crap. That's not my crap. Okay? I need to do in this moment is figure out, why did that trigger me? Why am I not strong enough to just go, whatever, in this moment? Why is that getting to me? What is it pulling up inside of me? Okay? So those are the things that you have to do. And that's that. If you want to work hard at something, work hard at that, but don't work hard. The word hard, really hard? Do we want life to be hard, or do we want it to be ease? And we really do want ease. We want complexity. We want depth. We want adventure. We want excitement. We want all this stuff, but we want it with ease. We don't want to have to necessarily work hard. But what is the running program? The running program is that you have to work hard. No pain, no gain, right? No pain, no gain, bullshit. Yes, there might be pain, but it might be a physical pain if you're exercising and stuff, and you will get gain from the exercise. But if it pains you to do something, and more than, and I'm not talking about I just actually had somebody that I'm working with on business. I had them go and do a Facebook Live. Now that probably pained that person to do that, because I remember my first probably 15, 20 Facebook Lives. It was a pain to do. It felt like, but it was a pain because of the adrenaline rush. I wasn't comfortable with it, and it was just I was scared to stand up and speak and just be truthful, and I was concerned about the perception and what was going on here and there. And once I worked through what everybody else thought, much like today, I'm I don't care if one person shows up, I don't care if no people show up, I don't care if 100 people show up, it doesn't much matter. I woke up with a message, and I'm going to get the message out. And whoever needs to hear the message is going to hear the message. Well, it's no longer a pain, right? The pain that we typically feel in those moments, and this comes back to that, coming back to what you are feeling, getting in alignment with who you are. The no pain, no gain, the only pain you should ever feel is the pain of having to go inside and do your own internal work, do your own mindset work, tap into who you are, because it is scary as fuck to tap into our core, to really see us for who we are. Now that is the pain that you might experience. Make sure that you get the clarity around that is an internal pain around the fear of meeting yourself, not a pain to actually do the work, because our soul work is not work. Our soul work is just showing up. And just to make a point on that, is was that yesterday or the day before? Yesterday or the day before, my lover said to me, I was telling him about a new client and stuff, and he says, it's so cool that you get paid to just be you, that you get paid to share your message, that you get paid to, to speak your truth and to just do that. That is just cool. Well, it is cool. It's very fucking cool. I love it. I love that I'm blessed like that. But here's the reality. Everybody is blessed like that. We can all do our soul's work because our soul's work is all unique and different to each one of us. And that is what you have to realize. But on the front side of that, your soul's work is to do your work internally, to get into yourself, pay attention to yourself, learn how to love yourself, learn how to accept yourself, and how to really truly be at one with the one, which is, guess who? You. That's right. Get into alignment with you and push through that shit. That's the only work. If you're working hard at anything other than meeting yourself, at being with yourself, at staying on point with yourself and creating a habit of doing that, because it should be second nature to consistently feel into yourself, to consistently go, oh, I see where that trigger is. Oh, that feels really good. I feel enthusiastic about that. I feel in gratitude. You shouldn't have to remind yourself to be in gratitude. You shouldn't have to remind yourself that, hey, oops, that was ego. Oh, I think that was, I should remind myself that I just felt an ego. I should remind myself that now that I feel a little bit angry, I'm actually really sad about something, and I think I'm in, no. If that is still the learning part of the mindset work of becoming consciously aware with yourself. Once you have the habit, there is nothing but ease. There is nothing but ease to that stuff. You want to do it. You look forward to it. It is an opportunity when a problem is presented to you, because when somebody says, I have a problem with you, you're making me feel this way, you're showing up like that, you go, whoa, hey, I get to do a little bit more work on myself. And it's almost playful because you're like, whoa, you become more in tune with who you are. You get to deal with different levels of yourself at different levels of yourself consistently. And it's the same stuff, revisiting, clearing out at a deeper level. Clearing out at a deeper level is really the onion theory here going on. And that right there is where the true work is at. But if you are working hard at something, then realize that you are either not doing what you should be doing, if it feels like a chore, because are you turned on to chores? Probably not. I mean, some days I say I want to do the dishes, but the other 6 days of the week, I'm happy that somebody else does my dishes for me, okay? I'm ecstatic that somebody else is doing my dishes for me and vacuuming my house and dusting. But there is every now and then that day where I go, I need to just like get away from me. I need to like clean. I need to clean my bathroom. I need to do the laundry. I need to clean my house because it feels good. Then that's the day that I choose to do that. Outside of that, forget that stuff. Not doing it, not having it, somebody else can take care of that, okay? And that is the exact same thing with anything. If you feel like it is a chore to do, then you are not in alignment to it. It is not what your soul is wanting you to do. You are going to get called. Remember that lover across the room that you really want to meet. You're like, oh man, that person turns me on. I want to meet that person. That is the soul's work. Go towards that thing that is igniting you. Go towards that thing that is drawing you in. Go towards that thing that is calling to you. Because that right there, even though it's going to be scary, much like saying hello to this person that you think, oh my God, wow, right? There's like a nervousness, right? Is that hard work though? It can be, because you're scared to death. You're scared to death. But at the same time, you're like excited. You're turned on. You're ignited. Oh my gosh. Now, if you deny yourself that opportunity, you're saying no to potential. You're saying no to opportunity. You're saying no to your soul. Because even if you get a rejection from whatever it is, even if it doesn't work out, you get told no, something like that, there was a reason why your soul led you there. It is a stepping stone towards something better and greater to keep you on this path of ease and flow, to get you exactly where you need to be, to call in exactly who you need to call in, to have the opportunities, the abundance come to you. So realize that every single thing that you're getting drawn to, there's a reason for it. That is divine guidance. That is exactly the steps that you need to be taking. So, okay, guys, I did a long conscious coffee today. I guess I should, maybe the afternoon, I'm shorter on my afternoon ones. I don't know why. And it's kind of cold out here, which you can see. I should cover up somebody's going to go, nipples. Just watch. You just watch. It's going to be the nipple comment coming out because it's cold out here. Oh, well, yes, we all have them. So, okay. Let me see, what do I have going on? Saturday Saturday, Addison Bell and I are co-teaching Seeing the Other Side. For all you local peeps, Seeing the Other Side is this Saturday in Allen, Texas. It is a co-ed workshop where we are going to be teaching some dynamic experiential exercises. We're going to be walking you through. This is not where we're sitting there and we're going blah, 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 blah to you. This is not the seminar focused workshop. This workshop is all about getting you to take action, to really feel yourself, to really step into who you are, to start to like uncover your beauty, unmask those diamonds in those caves inside yourself. And we're going to do it through different experiential exercises. Now there is this little like, maybe it's scary, maybe it's sexy, I don't know, but it's called an experiential journey into your sex. And what does that mean? All right, I want to tell everybody this is a PG-13 rated for language because both her and I tend to like the F word a little bit and we might throw out some other words. So it is rated for language. That's as bad as it's going to get, folks, okay? It's not going to be some porno thing going on or orgy or anything else that you might be scared of there. Not going to happen. But we are going to be moving through some good deep processes to really tap you into who you are and help you take that energy that you might have shame and guilt and fear wrapped around, which is holding back your potential to have true abundance and manifestation power. And we're going to take this right here that is probably operating in a negative vibration and take it and flip it into a positive vibration so that you can walk out of that 3-hour workshop going, holy crap, like, oh my God, I now feel different. I feel transformed. Much like my client yesterday, I had this old client come back to me and he told me about this time that he walked out of my office and he's like, you have no idea. You transformed my world in that session. You transformed my world. I was changed. I realized as I was walking down the hallway from your office that I was changed. Well, that's what this workshop is going to present to you. It is going to present to you change. It is going to give you a new breath of life into your world to allow you to have true abundance and give you the skills and the steps to do it. We are going to be having some amazing, amazing experiences this Saturday here in Allen, Texas. So Addison has been kind enough to go ahead and post the link on that. It is limited. It is small group, okay? It is small group. We have, I think we have like 3 or 4 spots left on that. I haven't looked at what signups are this morning yet because I haven't looked at my computer. So I don't know. We might even be sold out by now. I have no idea. But we did have 3 or 4 spots left last night. So if it sounds good to you, if it's appealing to you, you want to go and test drive one of our workshops, get familiar with us. You haven't met us. Maybe you're one of our old clients or whatever, or maybe you're one of our our current clients. Well, come to this workshop, take advantage of that for sure. The other thing that I do want to take a little opportunity, I am going to making an announcement, like a solo announcement for this later today, but that is my primal reboot that I am doing for men. And Addison, don't worry about putting the link on this. So just leave this. I want the link only to be for Seeing the Other Side on this. She's always just like she's my Robin. We always joke around Batman and Robin, you know. So she's my Robinette. It's my Robinette. But I do want to make just the vocal announcement on Primal Reboot. So anybody who is friends with me, following me on here, you can actually find a link right on my banner here on my profile. If you are catching the replay of this, then you can go ahead and go to my coaching page. If you're catching that on the coaching page, it is already set up as an event here on Facebook, where all you have to do is Primal Reboot in the search engine, or go to one of my pages. It's all over the place. I'm all about my Primal Reboot right now, and it's going to be a powerful, powerful class that I'm teaching globally, so there is no excuses, men. There's absolutely no excuses. This is a 4-week intensive class that I'm going to get in there and really help you really connect to your core. Get down there and connect to that fierce, that passionate, that playful, that confident you that may not be expressing himself quite as much as what you would like him to do. Oh, she didn't listen. She's still put on there. Okay, fine. She clicked the link. She put the link on there. Okay, guys. So the link is in the comments. Go ahead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The link is in the comments. Feel free to click on that link, and I will be putting out all the preliminary work. Plus, there's going to be a bonus that will be launching next week. So you want to get into this class ASAP so that you can take advantage of the bonus stuff that is coming up that is not announced on the actual marketing page for it. Okay, guys, stop existing, start living. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. As always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.